Hello, welcome to another video on the Scouring demo. Today's game is going to be an 8-player free-for-all. And to start, it's me here as the perfect gamer. Then there's Fetsy, Sparrow, Elman of Assess, Zerg Squad, and then 3 Chinese players here. Nice start here in the bottom right part of the map. There's a black orcs. Then on top of here is a yellow orc player, Elman of Assess. And on top right of the map is a red orc player, this Chinese player. And on the top left part of the map is a blue orc player, a Zerg squad. And on the top left part of the map is a purple player, probably also a Chinese player. And then the white orc player is this Chinese player. Then the only human in this free-for-all is Betsy, playing as orange humans. And the final player, Sparrow, playing as teal orcs. And pretty much the strategy in any free-for-all game here in a Scouring demo, you want to try to get a second base pretty quickly. Because if you're going to be on one base, then all the players around you are going to get more stuff if they get another base. And you're probably not going to keep up with all the other players. Because it could basically not work out for you. Because if you rush one player, because you can do a one base all in or a rush, and then by the time you kill one player, then the other player next to you is just gonna come to your base and then kill you. So it doesn't really work out well. So that's why it's usually better to try to get a better second base, so you can invest into a lot more defenses, so you can't be attacked and taken off guard. Pretty much I am just doing the archer build. I take a few archers and I just begin to clear these goblins here. So I'm able to get a second base pretty quickly. Then in the meantime, the yellow player is also probably thinking of making an expansion. Does it clear these goblins? And the red player might be doing that as well, but... Or maybe he's going up here to maybe kill some neutrals in this corner here. But pretty much yellow is doing an archer's build. A base. And I'm going to be starting my base pretty soon. Then red's doing a archer build with a quick tier 2 town hall. It's maybe an archer damage upgrade or any other tech like a smithy or muncher cave. And the blue player is doing the same thing as a red player. Just has a good amount of archers. And he decided to make a forge instead of a muncher cave, so probably get some cannons for defense. And then the purple player, by this time, he only has a few warriors and some archers. Not really expanding or even upgrading his town hall to get some kind of tech. So he's just hanging around. And then the white player is doing all the archers. And a tier 2 tunnel hall for maybe munchers or a forge. And then the orange player, I guess he's doing 2 barracks here instead of expanding or upgrading his town hall. Maybe so he can defend himself from all these goblins, I guess. It's not really a good reason to make 2 barracks in a free-for-all game. And then the teal player made a good amount of archers. And I guess he just started making a tier 2 tunnel hall. Here, just trying to maybe get some extra XP by killing these goblins very slowly with this marking shots. And I do have a second base, a good amount of workers already. Yes, that's what I tried to do. Make a few workers before upgrading my clan hall. So these workers could actually give me some gold by the time this upgrades. And you can basically spread out your archers or other units around your base. So you're able to defend all your workers and not lose any units or buildings. And I guess only me and the yellow player, the 2 players that got an expansion or second base. And everyone else just has 1 base. I guess purple's trying to get another barracks here to maybe make more archers to defend his base. Just like orange here, maybe made a 3rd barracks because he could be attacked from the east here, from 2, even from the bottom here, or even from the white player from this side. So maybe that's why he wanted to make some barracks. Knowing now he starts making a tier 2 upgrade. And the teal player made a muncher cave, so he's probably going to be making some munchers. And the white player also made a muncher cave. But it doesn't look like he made any munchers. He just started to get a tier 3 town hall right away. To maybe get the altar very fast, so that his munchers can be more effective when they come out. I guess only now purple starts to make a forge and a tier 2 clan hall, which should allow him to get a few upgrades or better defensive units. And here the blue player actually makes a second base, so he's gonna have a better economy. But also on the bottom here I see that orange made another base. And pretty much the faster you get your second base, then faster you're gonna have more units that you can use to defend or even kill other units to get more gold around the map. And I guess white player also made a base, but teal and purple and red are the only players that don't have a base, second base. here I guess red decided to move down here to see what player was here. And I guess it's kind of like a all in, because you see he has a lot of archers here. And at home he has like 5 archers, so if someone attacked him right now, then he would have probably died or lost all the units. So that's why he was very effective at attacking here on the top, because the yellow player divided his forces on each of his buildings instead of having them attack at one direction, I guess. And then in the meantime, the orange player cleared his goblin building here. The dark cave that spawns goblins occasionally, and Huron was clearing them as well on my part of the map. But I leave the structure alive so I can get some XP for my archers later on. Oh, and here we see red is making munchers. And then he lost most of his archers here. But it did basically slow down the yellow player, because he had to use all of his workers to fight back on top of these barracks, so he did lose a good amount of population. I guess he was trying to make some cannons to defend himself, because they're very good at defending. You don't have really that much units or resources. I guess red is just making munchers now. Stopped his production for archers. And blue, he's doing a fast rage ability, I guess, trying to get the altar out. And purple actually made another base. And then white was clearing this corner. He made altar, but didn't get that rage at the moment. And then I guess orange here. Maybe trying to get some stables for some cavaliers. In the meantime, I went to go north here, because my expansion was here on the right part of the map. And if this player wanted to wander over here, then he would probably attack this first. So that is the only reason I went north here, which was very unfortunate for the yellow player, because I didn't really know that he was attacked before until I already saw that. So the units he had, just saw the cannons, and pretty much he was just double teamed here, which doesn't feel great, and I guess it is what it is. And again, I guess the red player is going to destroy this building. So now no more goblins are going to be spawning and trying to attack your base. And orange player did the same thing, just destroying this building. But the white player kept his goblin cave alive. So they are going to come here and murder his workers. I guess he was a little busy trying to find orange, because orange came here and destroyed white's town hall here and decided to take this base, which was a little funny because he's so close to the enemy's base, so it's going to be very difficult for him to defend it. And pretty much orange lost his whole army here because the white player had too many levels on his archers. So he was able to easily beat him up. But especially because the white player also has munchers. And they're pretty good at destroying swordsmen or archers. But orange has some cavaliers now. And teal has a good amount of munchers. Then in the north here, red wanted to see what happened to the yellow player here because he bullied him here, if you remember. But here he finds my army. And I decided not to run away. Because if I run away, then he's just gonna run me down and kill my units anyway. So might as well just fight him and try to kill as many munchers as I can. And I guess I was able to kill around 5 munchers, which is a good amount because I'm on 2 base economy and red players only had 1 base, so it's going to be a little harder for him to remake his army. Because by the time he does remake his army, I'm going to have more units. So I have 3 barracks here and an extra barracks here. And this is a great, I guess, tactic, or I'm not sure what you call it. Basically an exploit, I guess. You can just put your archers here. And I think every 5 to 10 seconds a goblin spawns here. And all your archers can shoot him. And each shot that they do, even if there's more shots than there are needed to kill 1 goblin, all these archers, they still get XP. So this is a very fast and efficient way to get level 3 archers here on this map. So if you want to, you can use this tactic to then transfer your archers here to your main army that you can use to fight enemy players. And by now I have a good amount of munchers. I have 3 bases. And pretty much everyone has a second base. Except red doesn't have an extra base, and the white player base got destroyed. And I guess he wasn't thinking of rebuilding it right away. Well, you can see here he made all the barracks. Like 6 barracks here, so I'm not sure what's the point of that. Anyways, red wanted to fight me here because he saw that I didn't have the rage researched, so he could definitely beat me up. But we can see that this is a 1 base economy amount of army, and this is 3 base economy here, so I could just beat him with pure numbers. And now he decided to run away because I raged my munchers, and he knows that he's not going to be able to do much if he tries to fight. In the meantime, orange wanted to come and attack the white player again. But we can see here that white was able to defend himself. And now this is just level 1 archers here against level 3 archers. And so orange is not going to be winning here at this rate. And then I was mentioning that white has about 3 barracks here, but there's kind of no point to making all these barracks if you only have 1 base, because you can't really produce from all of them. So some of them are going to be just empty and not being used. So it's better to have a faster base than it is to have 6 barracks. And then here, the blue player wanted to check out what's on top of the map here, or who's on the right part of the map. That's why he finds red here. And I guess also, in the meantime, he starts to make a third base. So he's second player to have a third base. I guess Teal is getting a rage ability. He has our archers. So this Hunter army is going to be very powerful when the rage gets researched. Oh, and I guess White Player also has the rage ability, which you can use to easily beat up the orange player. And orange pretty much can't really fight this army. His level 1 munchers with rage are just pretty much unstoppable against level 1 cavaliers, even if they had the cure ability to heal. They just die too fast, and you're not able to really heal them by the time that their health gets lowered. They just insta-die to raged munchers. So orange should have been more defensive, but of course, unfortunately, the teal player decides to look over here, and he finds his base, and he's pretty much getting double teamed now. And then in the meantime, red player wanted to fight me here, or to just annoy me. I wasn't sure. But pretty much I was about getting finished with making my late game army, pretty much, as I call it. And pretty much this is 2 control groups of munchers, and then a control group of warriors, and a control group of archers, and a control group of cannons here. And we're pretty much gonna see why this army is very effective when fighting other players. Even though you could have probably made more munchers here and had probably 5 control groups of munchers, but becomes a little inefficient when fighting defensive structures. Because you can just use cannons to easily and quickly kill any units on top of their buildings. And then here, my archers are doing a lot of damage, because I do pretty much the same amount of damage as a normal muncher. And pretty much all your archers can be firing at the same time, but if you have a lot of groups of munchers here, then not all of them can be fighting at the same time. So that's why it's very effective to have about 2 groups of munchers just having a battle line here. It's gonna be very effective at defending your archers that just do a lot of DPS to your enemy. And then the warriors are, I guess, pretty good. Basically, there are fast-paced units that are good at defending defensive positions, because you can just do their shield ability and then put them on top of enemy buildings, and then send in your archers or munchers to destroy the buildings or the units. Cannons are more of like a slow pushing unit. It takes you a bit longer to attack a base, because you're going to be kind of far away trying to bombard your buildings one by one. And that's going to give a lot of time to your enemy to make a lot more units. So that's why I usually just make a few cannons and just have a lot of warriors instead. And while I was busy talking here, the white player was being bullied here by the white player. And of course on the bottom here by the teal player. And so pretty much he's the second victim of being double teamed. Which just doesn't feel great. Because he pretty much can't really do anything. Because he can't really fight from both sides, both left and right side. So I guess that's a little unfortunate. And here I was able to get my reinforcements. Send some archers. And then some munchers. These are all the surviving munchers from this battle against red. And so I bought each of these munchers some potions. So they're able to survive a bit longer and be more effective when fighting other players. And I guess my warriors have some potions as well. And I was getting a fourth base. And just defending these outer bases with a few munchers. Just having a lot of units here, it's not going to be really effective. Because you can probably use them out on the map a bit better. So you maybe need about 3 munchers per base. Or maybe about like 6 or 8 archers here. And we will easily defend this base from any skeletons that may spawn here. And pretty much tactic I have here is to try and make barracks around my base that I'm gonna have all the farms here. So in case skeletons spawn here, then this single high ground building can defend all these farms efficiently. If you build all the farms, they give you auto vision, so no skeletons gonna be spawning here or over here. So you can easily just defend your base. In the meantime, I was trying to see who's next here. And I found blue player. And pretty much he gets destroyed here. Oh, and also I guess warriors are pretty good at taking the attention of cannons, because they're going to be firing at your warriors first, so they can really effectively deflect most of the damage and just pretty much allow all your other units like munchers and archers to quickly and cleanly scour the battlefield. And here, while the blue player was dying, on the bottom here, the orange player was getting bullied by the teal player now. But here we can see that teal player used the make out a munchers tactic, where you just throw munchers against the wall here, which is why we can see he lost all the munchers here. which is why it's a little ineffective to just make auto munchers. Which is why it's better to have some cannons, archers, and warriors, so they can help you clear enemy bases more efficiently and effectively. But I'm pretty much orange. Didn't have much left. And I guess he decided to surrender. And in the meantime, I was clearing up the rest of the blue here. And then I sent a attack move, or a move command here for my munchers. And so I somehow was able to find his base, because we wanted to go through this path through the middle. So now I was able to just send him here to attack this blue base as well. Now top here, I wanted to see what kind of player was here. So I just found out that was just purple. And you can also press the game menu to see what players there are here. So that way you can know who might be sitting here, or what kind of player might be defending a particular position. Because all I know is just purple's here, and then blue. And pretty much I don't really know the rest of the map. But anytime a player leaves, you do see that they leave the game, so you can somewhat know. But you need to scout to know a bit better. And here it was pretty much clearing up first of blue. It just has this tower, which after I capture it, it's going to be eliminated. So this is the final stand of blue here. But in the end, he decides to surrender because he's pretty much dead. In the meantime, the white player was fighting teal here. I guess teal didn't expect to be attacked because he pretty much finished off orange, so he thought it was pretty much clear and he could have been able to get to space easily. But I guess just what happened on top here when I killed the yellow player. Third player came here to check what's happening. And that's pretty much what happened here. Because the white player came here to check what happened to the orange player. And so he found this base. And at home I left just a few archers that can just defend my farm economy pretty effectively. And pretty much after pushing north all the way here, killing 3 players, I decided it's better to kill the next closest enemy, would be on the bottom here, because that would make my farm economy a bit safer, because all the other enemies are going to have to run pretty far to kill my main base here. Now on here I can show that you can easily defend a mining base with just 2 munchers. You just make a potion stash and give both of them some potions, and they can easily defend us with no issues. So I do the same thing here. And so this makes it very effective at defending your outer gold mines or gold bases. And in case if there's too many skeletons, you can enrage your munchers. Or if you had cavaliers here, you can just heal each other with 2 cavaliers. Pretty much. I was rallying my units here at my main base, and then at my third base here, so I can go in the north here a bit faster. And now change my rally point to the middle here, so I can potentially move against all the other players, and so that my reinforcements could arrive to my main army a bit faster. That's why it's effective to move up your units and your bases, so you're able to quickly attack the enemy and not give them much time to build up or to rebuild their defenses. And here I was basically in the middle. I went down here, and then I saw the muncheries here of a teal player, so I decided to attack him next. And here pretty much his whole army of munchers got wiped out. And here I'm just doing a big push against the rest of his base. You can see here, I can clearly clear this barracks here, all these units. A few shots of cannons. It's only 4 of them, so you don't really need a lot of cannons to effectively attack the enemy. You just bombard them and then use your archers to quickly kill all the weaker or weakened enemies with a lower health. Then Teal was trying to fight back here, but I guess my army just had too much XP, too many levels, and probably too many potions as well. Oh, and I guess another benefit of having warriors in your army, you can use them to destroy the high ground buildings a bit faster by just putting it on top, because they do extra damage when they're on top of high ground buildings. So that's also a good reason to make warriors instead of cannons, because cannons take more micro. You just need to give too many orders to make them effective. But we can use warriors here. You can just send them on top of a high ground building to stop all the units on top of it from shooting down at your units. And if you don't want to put a warrior on top of here, then you can just bombard barracks. But also, you don't feel like using the artillery ability because it's a little inaccurate, and you might have to do a lot of artillery shots to kill all these units here. So you can always put a lot of warriors on top and then support them with a lot of archers. And pretty much here we can see I killed this whole base. I didn't lose any cannons. I maybe lost a few warriors. And then maybe around 20 or 15 munchers here. And I guess a few archers. So this way it's very effective to clear a base, so that you're able to move on and attack the next player that might be giving you trouble. Here in the corner, you can see that all these archers are level 3. And so you can just basically move them around. You can take these good archers, put them in your big army that's actually fighting. and then just fill up this barracks with level 1 archers and just leave it for about 2-3 minutes, and then they're gonna all level up to level 3, and then you can basically reuse them. And then in the meantime, the white player, I guess, saw this purple base here, and he was able to easily clear it. As the orange player is a bit passive, and I guess he's doing the porcupine build, where you're just sit in your base, make all the defenses, all the barracks, have all the archers and all the cannons they can use to put on top here or bombard the enemy. So very defensive build. But if you're so defensive, then the enemy can just make all the cannons and just bombard you. So being defensive is not the best, I guess. Not so effective because you can't sit in your base forever, because the enemy can just, I guess, easily destroy your defenses with cannons. And here, the white player was running around here, and I guess you saw that my tower, or this tower, was under my control. I tried to take it over, but I was able to surprise him with my big army and just basically kill a lot of archers and warriors that he sent here. And I guess I made a new base here, right in the middle of a map. And then I sent all my reinforcing units that were rallied here. Then I switched to rally point to sending all my units here. So you can see that I can produce all the units, and they can quickly go and defend this center base here. Because I don't really put a control group for these units, so in case someone attacks, I can quickly select them and then fight them. And I pretty much use these units to just quickly take them and put them into the control groups here. When basically I lose all these units, you can quickly select these units, give them potions, and send them back to the front line very quickly. And here I checked that this base was gone, and pretty much I assumed that this is where orange was, because the only two players left that I have to kill is the purple and the white player. So then I made a, I guess, battle line, or my assault here. I guess the white player was caught off guard, as he expected to be attacked from this direction, but I guess I was able to just attack him from the bottom here. And by now, all of my munchers are level 3. You can see by the tattoos, or the, I guess, painted marks on them, on their body. It allows you to know they're level 3. And pretty much I just killed this whole army here. Get all his cannons. And now he didn't really have that many archers, so I was able to just send in my warriors to just kill all his units that could be on top here. which allows all my munchers and archers to go ham on his base. But then here I saw that this was a very annoying position to attack into, because I would be just shot from both sides here and losing some units. So you can always regroup and just attack from one position. So it's a little easier and more effective, so that you're able to kill their base without losing as many units. And I guess this time I pushed my cannons a bit forward, and so most of them died and only had one cannon here. But I had all the warriors and archers, so it only slowed me down a little bit. I was still able to effectively clear the base of white here. Here we can see warriors are just fighting here, which allows all your munchers to just beat up all these buildings without being attacked. And also, all your units can regenerate health when they're not being attacked, which I guess also is very good when you're fighting. So you can have your warriors on top here, deflecting all their attacks. But in the meantime, all your munchers are going to be surrounding their buildings and then breaking them. And when they're not being attacked, they can just heal to full health. So that's why it's also very effective to have a warrior group in your main army. Here are the reinforcements. Here are my high level archers. And in the meantime, I selected my other high level archers that were training here on this barracks. And so I just sent them to the front line so that they could be more effective at fighting the enemy there. And like I said before, you can just fill this barracks up with level 1 archers. They're gonna very effectively kill these little goblins that are gonna be spawning here, and just getting all the XP and occasionally some extra gold, I guess. Maybe about, I guess maybe 200 gold a minute. Or like 300. Anyways, here I was beating up the white player. I'm pretty much just hunting down all of his buildings. Because I was trying to eliminate him, so he can't hide anywhere on the map. And so I don't really have to think about him again, if I can just easily kill him. Oh, and I guess here he had a lot of high level archers here, because he just left them here to shoot at the goblins that were coming out of a cave, just like I did on my side of the map. But also, you don't need to make a barracks, you can just put all the archers here also. But if you're trying to do this XP farm, you need to make sure that your archers have a direct line of sight, like this, where we have a normal straight shooting arc. Because if they do a arcing shot over the trees, then they can sometimes damage this building and then eventually break it over time. That's why it's important to have them close to the building, and if no trees or other buildings blocking their line of sight. And here it's preparing to attack the final player. But then here I guess I was trying to kill these goblins here and accidentally found his army, which now it's just gonna get munched away. And I pretty much didn't lose any munchers here, because I guess he forgot to use the rage ability, so they just got melted away. And here we begin our assault. This big army, very good offensive army, attacking a very effective defensive position here. You can see here, you put warriors on top of here to just kill these archers here. And in the meantime, you can use your cannons to bombard other barracks. But here, the purple player actually killed most of my cannons using the artillery here, which is now gonna slow down my advancing army a little bit, because I'm not going to be able to kill these archers as effectively or as fast as I could have. And I guess maybe I forgot to use my archers here, because it's important to put warriors on top of these barracks, but to quickly help them out, because if you don't, then they're gonna die right here, and then all these archers are gonna be shooting back at your units here on the low ground. And here my units got a little separated, because I just gave them an attack command. And so they're just going to be hunting down all these units first. But pretty much I was able to regroup my units so that they could more effectively fight this defense here. But also, I guess I kind of forgot that I can rage my warriors. So you can also clear enemy bases even faster by raging your warriors when they're on top of their barracks or high ground buildings. They're going to be able to very effectively and quickly kill the archers or other units that are on top. And I guess just like the white player, they didn't want to surrender. It's fighting to the last. And I guess so is the final purple player, who's also Chinese. We always have to fight till their last building dies. But it's, I guess, still fun. And I guess, enjoy destroying every last building. And just basically having a complete victory, I guess. Instead of someone surrendering when their base is half dead. This way it feels more, I guess, accomplished. And that's pretty much the end of the match. We can see here I mined all the gold, and I had even more gold here that I didn't really use, that I got from just destroying all the buildings or other units. So I didn't really need that many gold bases, but I guess they helped out anyways. And here I was able to kill pretty much almost every player. Killed 6 players, and the only player I didn't get to kill was Orange, because he died to the teal player and a white player double teaming him. But I guess this is also a little inflated here, because I killed all the workers from all these players that didn't surrender, so that might also be adding up in this units killed amount. And over here, I killed all the neutrals, because I was running around to all the enemy players' bases, but also killing all those goblins in the corner, using the archer strat to farm the XP. Also gave me all the neutral kills here. Anyways, if you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to see more videos on the Scouring demo, you can subscribe. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.